Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the David Hittle Real Estate Show. I'm your host, as always, the only one that could name the show after themselves. I am David Hittle, and I am a realtor with United Real Estate Louisville. And I thank all of you for coming and joining me today on this Sunday, August 15th, 2021. It is crazy that the year is just flying by. We thought 2020 was fast, or maybe some of us thought it was slow, but this year has just gotten super high speed. It's super fast. It just seems like yesterday it was June. But today it is now the middle of August. So it is amazing where the year goes. So welcome everyone. Again, I am David Hittle, host of the David Hittle Real Estate Show, brought to you by United Real Estate Louisville. Without them, I wouldn't be a realtor. So I thank them for their motivation and their just excitement for me in this business. It is amazing. If you are here on YouTube, you will notice there is a poll. No one has taken the poll yet. No one has answered the question yet, but I'm sure by the end of the show, we may have some people take the poll. If you're here on Facebook, hi everyone, and welcome once again. Today, we are going to talk about impact the impact both community wise and economically of a home sale. So when you buy or you sell a home, or you sell a home and buy a home, the economic and community impact of that decision and of that process is amazing. And the National Association of Realtors keeps up with that type of activity. They release a report each year which highlights just how much economic activity a home sale generates. So I want to talk about that today because the numbers are amazing. And so we're going to go with the average, of course, and talk about both a newly built home and its economic and community impact versus an existing home. So, to start off with, a newly built home, on average, when it sells, a newly built home sale, on average, generates $93,800 in economic impact just by one home sale in the US. So the government and the media talks about this consumer confidence number. And the consumer confidence index is supposed to talk about and is supposed to illustrate what the people of America think, or what their confidence in the economy happens to be. So, consumer confidence when it comes to real estate is both off and on. For consumer confidence in buying real estate, it's low because people are finding it hard to purchase a home. That's getting better. However, the consumer confidence for sale of a home is actually really, really good. People have a lot of confidence that if they sell their home, they're actually going to sell the home. So, consumer confidence index and the economic impacts of these things is something we should look at. So, when we look at the existing home sale, the average economic impact for one home sale of an existing home is $45,600. And they break it down this way: the income generated from real estate industries. That is about 27.8% of the total impact, and that averages about $26,100. So when a home is sold, the realtors that work that transaction and the title companies that work that transaction and the lenders that work that transaction are all getting a piece of the pie. And that piece of the pie turns out to be on average about $26,100. So think about it this way. When you sell a home, not only are you being impacted by getting that check at closing, which you may use to pay off debt, you may use to fund a college fund, you may use it to for upcoming medical bills that you know about to pay off medical bills. Maybe those student loans are biting you and you can sell your home to pay off those. Whatever the impact is, or whatever the reason for your home sale, it not only impacts you, but it impacts your overall community and it impacts the economy. The expenditures that are related to the home purchase are about 5% of the total impact, and that comes to about $4,700. So the expenditures related to the home purchase may be things like a survey, maybe things like a home inspection, maybe things like an appraisal, things that happen in amongst the transaction but are not major pieces of the transaction. Those have about a 5% impact, but it's still an impact on someone else's life, which is good for the economy and for the community. The multiplier of housing related expenditures is about 15.7% of the total impact, and that turns out to be $14,800. So, multiplier of housing related expenditures. Maybe once you sell your home, you have to go and buy a new one. Well, that has an impact on the economy. It has an impact on your community. And on average, that's about $15,000. And then, of course, if you are buying that new construction home, you are adding that additional 4,000 or $448,300 to that mixture as well. So, the economic impact of selling a home, of having a home sale, being involved, whether you're the buyer or the seller, has an economic impact on the community and on the economy in and amongst that $45,600 if you're purchasing an existing home, or $93,800 if you're purchasing that new construction home. But if we dive deeper, we can actually figure out what the economic impact is based on the state where we live. Because not every state is created equal. Not every state has the same expenses and the same costs involved. So, talking just about a newly built home here in Kentucky, the average economic impact is $70,000. If we go south in Tennessee, it's 75,000. Up north in Indiana is 69,000. Ohio, 62,000. West Virginia is 59,000. So the impacts are different depending on the state, the average economic impacts. It looks like, according to this, that the largest economic impact for a home sale is Hawaii. The average economic impact for one home sale in Hawaii is $262,000. Wow. And that is followed fairly far away by California at $196,000. So Hawaii and California, if you're buying a home there or selling a home there, the economic impact on your community and on your local economy is paramount. It is huge. A single home sale can have a massive, massive economic impact on your community. Ali Wolf, who's the chief economist for Zonda, says that, quote, the housing market contributes to the economy in 4 stages: during the planning and land development, throughout the actual construction of the home, at the point of sale, and upon moving in. I totally forgot about that. If you hire movers, that is another economic impact that you are having on your community. So the bottom line in all that is this: home buyers and home sellers are economic drivers in their communities and beyond. If you are thinking of buying or selling a home, you should connect with me today. Let's start that process. And if you are thinking about buying or selling a home, I would ask that you visit shopkentuckyhomes.com. That is my personal website. You will be able to connect with me there. You will be able to see homes for sale, and you'll be able to actually get your home valuation just by putting in your address. It is a fabulous website, very good. You should go check that out today. But moving on to our next topic about how affordable homes are today, because that is a big topic that is coming up in today's housing market. The price of homes is rising. If you haven't noticed that, you must be living under a rock. You have to be. If you don't know how expensive homes are getting today, and when we're talking about how expensive homes are, we're talking about how much value you have in your home. So the question is asked, how affordable are homes today compared to past decades? Now, if you have followed me for any length of time, you will know that you will have seen anyway the ups and downs of our mortgage interest rates. Our mortgage interest rates this week actually went up for the first time in 6 weeks. They are currently at 2.87%. Last week they were at 2.77%. So they went up a tenth of a point just this week. We don't know, no one knows where those interest rates are going, whether they're going to stay about even keel or whether they're going to start to go up. The prediction is that they are going to start to go up by the end of this year, and into next year and the years beyond. We're going to start to see mortgage interest rates rise into the threes, into the 4% range. However, what are the interest rates doing? That is an important question to ask. So looking at previous decades, we're going to start at 1975. That was before I was even born. Probably before I was even thought of. But back in 1975, the average mortgage was $35,100. Cheapo houses back then. You could get a house really, really inexpensively. However, the mortgage rate back in 1975 made that $35,000 home very expensive. The mortgage rate averaged in 1975 was 8.89%. Wow. That is about 6 percentage points higher than today. Wow. The PMI, which is your principal and interest on that loan was $280 a month. It seems low. But in 2021 dollars, $280 is $1,414 today. But it would only get worse if the people wanting to buy homes in 1975 didn't purchase them. They were about to get walloped, because in 1980, just 5 years later, the average mortgage had gone from $35,000 to $57,000. The mortgage rate had jumped almost 4 percentage points. It went from 8.9 in 1975 to 12.71 in 1980. That P&I jumped from $280 to $624, almost $400 more than it was in 1975. And it didn't get any better. $624 in 1980 compared to 2021 money, $624 equates to $2,058 today. Absolutely amazing. But it only got worse. It only got worse. If the people didn't purchase that home in 1980 and they waited until 85, by 85, the average mortgage had gone from $57,000 to $76,000, over $20,000 more. The mortgage rate stayed about the same. It didn't go down over 5 years. It didn't change. It stayed at 12%, 12.22. The price of your home, the cost, the mortgage, went from $624 to $793. And $793 back in 85 compared to today would be $2,002. Amazing. Amazing. We finally reach a year where I was actually born, 1990. I was born in 89, for those of you who were wondering. But in 1990, if these people had waited 5 years or even 10 years, it started to get better, but not really. Not really, because the average mortgage, or the average mortgage had gone from 75 or 76,000 in 85 to 114,000 in 1990. It didn't get any better. The mortgage rates did. They went down 2%. They went down to 10.16 on average. But the price of the home, or the cost of the home, increased to $1,015, which today would be $2,110. Amazing. Amazing. Fast forward to 2000. So we skipped 5 years. So we went 10 years. 10 years later, your mortgage had gone from $114,000 to $146,000. Interest rates had finally gone down a bit. They were down to 8.29, which is still bad, still horrible. Your cost of home was $1,108 compared to today, that's $1,748. So it didn't get better. It did not get better. Let's go to 2010. We're almost getting to today. 2010, the average mortgage had gone from $146,000 to almost $200,000, $197,000. Mortgage rates, whoosh! Mortgage rates were amazing, 4.74%. Your cost of home was $1,029. That was great compared to today, where we're at $1,282 compared to 2021 money, but still 4.74%. 2015, it's amazing. Amazing what happened to the mortgage. Remember, the mortgage in 2010 was $197,000. By 2015, the average mortgage was $260,000. Oh my goodness. But the mortgage rate was 3.98%, so about 4. And your cost was about $1,239 a month, which compared to today would be $1,420. So that was great. That was good numbers. By 2020, spectacular. So 2010, the average mortgage was $197,000. By 2020, the average mortgage was $290,000, almost $100,000 more. Mortgage interest rates had dropped 3.16%. Your cost for your mortgage, $1,249. Then we get to today, 2021, and this uses last week's mortgage rate, but the average mortgage today is $337,000. Your mortgage rate, 2.77%. So on a $337,000 home with a mortgage rate of 2.77%, your P&I is $1,381, principal and interest. So you can see how even today, using the 2021 dollars, adjusted for that inflation thing that happens, you are doing better off today than you were in 1975, particularly because of those interest rates. Those interest rates are astronomical. I looked up what a $200,000 mortgage would be with an 8% interest rate. It's almost not even worth buying a home. Because on a $200,000 mortgage, if I'm remembering this right, at 8% interest, you're going to pay over $800,000 just in interest. It's not even worth buying a home at that point. So we are in great shape today. And here's why I say that. Here's why I said that. At every point, other than 2, there were two points in history where it would be more affordable to buy a home, but you can't go back in the past. Last year, when prices saw strong appreciation, strong rise, and mortgage rates remained relatively flat, affordability weakened. And in 2010, when home values plummeted after the housing crash, 1/3 of all sales were distressed properties, either foreclosures or short sales. And they sold at major discounts and negatively impacted the value of surrounding homes. Of course, homes were more affordable then. Of course they were. At every point, even in 1975, it was more expensive to buy a home than it is today. So think about it, everyone. If you are in the market to buy a home, if you're thinking about purchasing a home this year, I would highly suggest that you reach out to me. You can do that at shopkentuckyhomes.com. Reach out to me. Let's figure out where you are at financially, whether you can sell your home for top dollar like most home sellers are doing today, whether you can find a good deal on a purchase today, on the purchase of a home. Either way, I can help, and I would love to be your realtor for life. So if you have any questions, any comments about this live today, I appreciate those, and I will listen to those. I hope that this has been not only entertaining, but educational at the same time. And I thank you all for spending time with me today. I hope it was good. And I hope that you will come back again next week where we will have a brand new topic. And I'm going to try my best to keep everyone informed about what is happening in this real estate market. It's a wild ride, so hang on. Until next Sunday, I thank you all. Have an amazing week, and I hope to see you out there looking for a home or looking to sell your home. I'm here for you either way. Have a great day.